Welcome back to CBS Mornings, where we want to tell you about an alleged scam related to cryptocurrency that, like so many scams, targets vulnerable people. Authorities say that kiosks owned by Bitcoin of America, one of the nation's largest cryptocurrency ATM companies, were used by scammers to steal millions of dollars from victims. The company, its CEO, and two others are now facing more than 50 counts, including conspiracy and money laundering. The suspects pled not guilty yesterday in Cleveland, where authorities first brought this case. Jerika Duncan has been following it all for months and spoke with a Connecticut man who says he lost $20,000 to a scam involving Bitcoin of America, one of its machines. Jerika, good morning.
Good morning to you, Tony. Now, crypto kiosks are popping up all over the country, mostly in gas stations or convenience stores. Now, due to loose regulations, police say they're becoming more popular with scammers who use them to steal money from people, and there's often no way of getting that money back. And you call this?
Self, you know?
In his 84 years of life, artist Joe Samuels never thought he'd fall victim to a scam.
Has anything like this ever happened to you before?
In my entire life, I would never. It was crazy. It put me in the hospital for a week. I've never been sick in a day in my life.
In October of 2021, Samuels thought he was calling his computer company's IT department. During the call, he granted someone access to fix his computer remotely, and it worked. But a couple of months later, he says he got a call from someone claiming to be from the same IT department. He says they told him that they accidentally deposited $20,000 into Samuel's checking account and demanded he send it back through a Bitcoin ATM.
And they're telling me, calling me, you got to pay us back, otherwise we're going to get the FBI.
Fearful of what could happen next, Samuels did as he was instructed and deposited $20,000 cash into this Bitcoin of America kiosk, just blocks away from his apartment in Hartford, Connecticut. Days later, Samuel soon realized the scammers moved his own money from his savings account into his checking account.
What was your reaction the moment you learned you had been scammed?
I was pissed.
Right now, there are more than 32,000 crypto ATMs across the country. That's up from roughly 1,000 in 2018. The machines look like normal ATMs, but when a customer deposits cash, it's converted to digital cryptocurrency. And instead of being routed to a traditional bank account, it goes to a digital wallet where a third party can later cash in.
So I think if you just educate yourself on the subject a little bit, you'll know which ones are safe and not safe.
Connecticut State Police Detective Matthew Hogan specializes in cryptocurrency and financial crimes. He believes many of these machines are intentionally placed in neighborhoods with higher crime rates.
Why do you think you're seeing this correlation between the hot pockets for crime and these Bitcoin kiosks?
I think they're strategically placed on purpose because they're getting a higher percentage of use in those locations of high crime.
CNET cybersecurity expert Bree Fowler says crypto ATMs pose a unique risk because they are often unregulated and many are unlicensed.
They're, on some levels, not any different than a soda or a candy machine. If you see one of these things, just don't use them right now.
So these are the boxes because you're going to be moving.
Yes.
As for Samuels, he was never able to recover that $20,000.
I can't afford to live here.
He's now packing up with plans to live with his son.
That's what I got to deal with. But then again, I feel very fortunate. I'll take the opportunity to just paint and put the work away.
And he is quite the artist. Well, CBS News reached out to Bitcoin of America for comment on the indictment and did not hear back. The company's CEO also hasn't responded to our request for comment. Bitcoin of America's website has since shut down, and the crypto kiosk Samuels used was seized, and Hartford police tell CBS News the investigation is still open.
Wow, Jerika, it's such a sad story.
Yes.
He's going to move in with his son now. So I take it the money was never actually put into his account, so he lost his own money when he sent it. And I'm curious.
He lost his own money, exactly, because they actually took the money from his savings, transferred it to his checking. So when he looked at his account, he thought, oh my gosh, they did make a mistake, and I'm trying to be an honest person, so let me go give them this money back.
That's what I was wondering, Jerika. Why would he take money out of his account if he didn't have an extra 20 grand in that? Because that's a big chunk that you would notice. But he did have it in there because they had transferred it from another account.
For his savings, correct.
And one thing to point out, I think, for people who are looking at this, this is a learned man. He is a BA from Howard University. He's got a master's degree from Columbia University and a PhD from UMass. His artwork is known around the world. So what this is basically saying to you is you may be scammed even though you kind of know the way the world works.
They catch you in the wrong moment, we are all vulnerable to a scam.
Absolutely. I'm hoping against hope that maybe he'll get it back now that you've stretched some more attention to this. Thank you, Jerika. Thank you.